New Brunswick is filled with stunning nature scenes. My name is Mark Hemmings, a professional photographer for over 2 decades now, and it's my great pleasure to profile the work of James Wilson, who is an amazing landscape photographer. So what we're going to do is go to one of his favorite places, we're going to check out his process, how he gets these great images, and go through his top 5 photographs. It's going to be so much fun. Let's begin. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning, Mark. Welcome to one of my favorite locations for water lilies, as you can see, and bulrushes, and often there's ducks swimming out here. And it's just a lovely little picturesque place that you can find anywhere in New Brunswick. In fact, I have to take a picture
Go
right
ahead.
now, Mark, because it's
Yeah, it's perfect.
we got some color coming in.
Now, Jamie, tell me about the time of day. What's your favorite time to capture landscape photography?
Well, early in the morning or late in the evening, because it's the quality of light. You know, in the evening we get a warm light, which we call a magic hour, and in the morning it can be soft, and because of, you know, we have a lot of mist at this time of year in New Brunswick, and so it can change. And then, you know, I expect the sun will be out here in about 15 minutes, and this whole scene here could turn golden, you know, and every morning is different. You don't get a repeat, it's always slightly different.
So Jamie, tell me about the heart and soul of landscape photography, because it is different than other genres of photography.
Well, yeah, I think because there's a historic aspect about it that you're really, as photography came along, we took over from the painters who were out early in the morning and painting these scenes. And I don't know, I think it's a primal connection that we have with nature, with Mother Earth.
Okay, James, let's go to the solarium and review your 5 chosen photos. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, very good, Mark.
Jamie, the coffee that you made really helped because we got up so early this morning.
I know, yeah.
Now, I'd love to go through your chosen photos. Now, this one, what do you call this? What's the title of the photo?
I title this Pending Storm. What I like about this image is that when you look at it, it's almost monochrome, except for the light that's on the green marsh grasses. And I'm out in my boat, and we're cruising. I'm taking a friend for a cruise, and all of a sudden, this storm comes up. And so I get out of the bow of the boat, and I see the cloud. It looks like it's going to turn into a tornado. A wind come up. And so I took this photograph, and I love it because it has a sense of tension in the image.
Now, tell me about this photo. This is a night shot, I assume, but please tell me.
Sure. This Pierce Rock is a Canadian classic scene. Got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We went down, put the tripod there. The moon was there. Venus, if you notice, is just to the left of the moon, and it was just so beautiful. And I took a number of longer exposures just to get some motion in the water to give it that kinetic energy of motion. And I'm very happy with how this photograph turned out.
Stunning, stunning. I love night photography, and you captured it beautifully here. So, James, do you ever encounter much wildlife down here?
Well, bird life, lots. You know, we have all kinds of ducks, and there'll be a blue heron that might come in. Just yesterday morning, I had a composition all set up, and I'm about to take the picture, and a flock of 1,000 red-winged blackbirds flew into my photograph. And I got it, I nailed it. It was just a lucky shot, being at the right place at the right time. Whoa, look at the light now. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, listen, you take that picture, James, because this is stunning. It's getting even better.
Yes, that's right. I can see a 40-inch print coming from this.
Oh, that is amazing. Fantastic. Now, Jamie, tell me about how mist affects sunlight? Like, obviously there's a diffusion happening.
There's a diffusion happening, and it spreads the sun rays out so that everything has this magic glow.
Okay.
So I just moved the camera to the right to bring the sun off to the left.
Okay.
And if you can see, I brought the sun 1/3 in division of the thirds.
Yep.
And the horizon line of these marsh grasses is 1/3 up from the bottom. Now we're losing that sun. It's going to go right up into the big, heavier mist above. So now we've got this. Look at that for a little pastel.
Do you know what? We're losing the sun, but it's equally as interesting. It's totally different.
It has its own beauty. Each time there's a change, it's still beautiful. Yesterday when I was down here, that sun everything was just brilliantly orange.
Yeah.
But the mist is thicker this morning, so everything's more diffused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it though. It has its own beauty.
Now, Jamie, you teach photo workshops internationally, and I have the great pleasure of helping you with those photo workshops, like in Mexico and Italy. So just tell me a little bit about that.
Now, at this point in my life, I really enjoy passing that knowledge on to other people.
And what better places can you go, like in Tuscany region of Italy or San Miguel de Allende in Mexico? It's just, there's so many photo opportunities.
Oh, I agree. Well, let's not forget Japan. I mean, your workshops in Japan I always love that. Every time I go to Japan, the culture there changes me. I feel like I come back a changed person.
Now, this is actually quite special because I believe this is your own property.
It is. And this is what it looks like in the fall on the Norton Shore Road. And, you know, again, it was a misty morning. I was out like we were today photographing. I came back home and there was the best shot right in front of my house. So I had my panoramic camera and I took this landscape. And I've sold so many copies of this because everybody can relate to this being a classic New Brunswick autumn scene.
Now tell me about this image, James. I absolutely love it to begin with. I'm sure there's a story.
This time I was going on a commercial job and I was in a hurry. It was early in the morning. I looked at it, but I actually stopped and got out, took one photograph of this duck swimming in this misty pond, and I drove on. Did the job, got home, looked at it, and I said, wow, I'm so glad I stopped and got this photograph. But what was really nice is that when you blow this up, and I looked at the duck, it's a wood duck, and the wood ducks are one of the most beautiful ducks that we have in Eastern Canada.
So I guess the moral of the story is keep the camera in the car or in your bag or whatever, because a lot of times those photos, they just present themselves to you and you have to be ready.
Yeah, oh yeah, I take a camera wherever I go, Mark.
Now, James, when I saw this photo, I said, this is stunning. These colors, there's so many varieties of shades. I've never seen anything like it. Tell me about it.
It is a blueberry field, and we have a lot of blueberry fields in New Brunswick. It's before the blueberry fields completely turn red, and the field is in transition, so you still see some plants that have not, they're green, they're just starting to turn a little bit yellow, and then they turn red. So it has this variety of color in the shot.
Oh, I love that, and what a perfect ending. I really appreciate, James, your time.
Well, thank you.
And especially because I, as a photographer, actually grow as a photographer by seeing other people's work. I've learned a lot today, so thank you.
Oh, well, it's been a fun morning, Mark.
Excellent. Well, we'll talk soon.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, I really enjoyed that. Getting up early, it was absolutely worth it to see that beautiful sunrise over the water. James Wilson's photos are incredible. And I really also enjoyed the top 5. It allowed me to see exactly what he sees and to really appreciate it. I hope you got a lot out of this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.